Welcome to Papyrus Plans. I'm Tasha. Ready to create something beautiful? Let's dive in.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Papyrus Plans tribe. So for the third week in March, I thought I would give a nod to my Irish heritage and Irish folklore, especially since Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day, and do a spread inspired by like an enchanted fairy forest. I thought that would be kind of cool. So I created some stickers based on that theme, and then I also pulled this book is from Paper Studio. It's called the Have Fun book, and I really pulled this just in case I want to add some quotes, in case I have some spaces that I want to fill in. So I thought this might have some quotes that might work for this, again, because it's so colorful. So that's why I have that. I also pulled, this is, I forget what these are called, but these are like the little watercolor swashes from Girl Boss Anna, which is now Narrative Hues. She rebranded. But this is from like their anniversary book right before she rebranded. But it has these really cool swashes that I thought might be kind of cool to put at the top there. And so, again, I kind of pulled that, and these are in different colors. So it has like one of each of the collections that she came up with, which I thought was kind of neat. So I have that. And then I also have the stickers that I created. So I have the scene sticker, and I used my stickles and pops of color on this. And let me see if I can pull, let's see, some of them. Well, probably won't be able to reach all of them, but here are a few of the colors. Like I used the gold, I used this color. This one is Frozen Flurry. This one is called Pixie, appropriately. And then I used, let's see, I think a little bit of this color, which is Icicle, and the stickles. And I'm trying to think, I used a little bit of this color as well. Pops of color. This is the Teal Twinkle. And I think I used this one a couple of times as well. This one I think is Disco Ball or something like that. Let me see. It's kind of hard to read this one. It's just called Disco. So this one is Disco. So it's kind of like this multicolored glitter color. And then I used, let me see if I can reach it. It's all the way down here. And then I used this one, which is called Champagne. So I think that's all the colors I used. I might have used a couple of others, but from the most part of what I can remember, that's what I used. So that's how I've kind of created this effect here. And I'll get really close so you can really appreciate the beauty of this. So I kind of added some of the green pops of color. I think that was this one for the foliage on the trees. And again, kind of blended it out. And I think that's the only color I used for this one, other than some gold and then the iridescent icicle maybe on the butterflies. I think that's what I did there. And then on the fairies themselves, I have various different colors, the ones that I mentioned. And I mainly used it for, again, the florals, the grass, and for their wings. Again, I'll get really close so you can really appreciate this. Again, this is the Stickles Icicle. I used a different one to kind of distinguish it from her wings here. The only other thing that I used that I don't think I mentioned is I used some of the glossy accents for any of the water elements here. Like she's at the pond with a water lily. And so I put some of that there. And so I used some of this right here to create that kind of clear water effect in the areas where there's little fairies at the pond. So right here, I don't know if you can tell, but I used some of the stickles on her wings and then the glossy accents there. And then right here, down here, some of the glossy accents there. So that's the first sheet. And then I have some like just botanicals that I created. Again, all with those kind of glossy accents. I'm getting close so you can appreciate it because I know when you get a little further away, sometimes you can't exactly see all of the details. So this is, again, a close-up of some of those details. And again, in person, it looks really cool. And the different fairies. And then some botanicals and birds and kind of like doorways to their houses. I love this one. And then another page of fairies. I kind of got a little carried away. So we might be revisiting this theme next year because, as you can see, I kind of fell in love with creating these different fairies. And they just look so cool. So, again, glossy accents predominantly on their wings, but also on the foliage and flowers. And then I just have a page of just some foliage, again, so I can kind of act as some filler. And then I had space, so I created some additional fairies as well. Okay, so those are all of the stickers. And then I think the only other thing I didn't mention is, again, I'm trying to use up some of these extra stickers that I have in my stash of weekend stickers. I pulled a bunch of habit tracker stickers in various different colors that I felt like could go. Same with this. And then I have some grocery box stickers because this week is grocery week. But then I remembered that I had this sticker. So I think I'm leaning more toward this one. And this is what I used, I think, the disco pops of color on. And I forget what spread I used this for, I think last year. And I made in 2 different colors. I think it was for that Celestial spread that I did with the Paper Studio stickers. I made one in teal and I made one in purple and decided to use the teal one. So I thought I might use this one again because of the glitter effect. I think that would be really cool. So I'm kind of leaning toward that in the sidebar and maybe use the gold weekend sticker or maybe some of the green ones. I'm not sure yet, but we'll kind of see what kind of colors we use and what we decide to go with. But that's kind of what I'm leaning toward. Or again, I might go with maybe like this teal and then maybe one of the greens. So I'll leave those there. Now I'm trying to decide if maybe I want to put this in the middle. That might be kind of cool. And then maybe have boxes and fairies kind of flying all over on the side. I might do that. Since this is grocery week, originally I was going to tear it and then put one on this side and one on this side, but I just remembered it's grocery week, so I can't really do that. So I think I might do that. So I think I'm going to take this off of the discs and put this in the middle and just have the scene kind of going down the middle. So let me do that real quick and then I'll be right back. All right, so let's see how tall this is. Or maybe I should just, let's cut this apart to make it easier to work with. That way I can cut it apart from the other fairy stickers and then I can see more easily. Oh, okay. Actually, I think it'll fit from the top to the bottom, because this is like half letter. So actually, let me get some washi tape I don't care about and tape the top and bottom down. So let me get that real quick. Okay, I think I'll use this one because it's just like a geometric shape. And this is from that huge bundle of washi that I received. That was, the seller actually sent me the wrong washi. They sent me kawaii washi, and I forget which one I ordered, but it was like a bundle of different washi, but it was not the kawaii washi. And so they ended up giving my money back because they sent me the wrong thing. And I think they ended up being sold out of the other one that I actually ordered, which was a little sad. But again, even the ones designs I don't like, you can use it for stuff like this because it's still washi and it still works. You know what I mean? So actually, maybe I'll just do the top because I want the design to go all the way down from the bottom, from this line all the way down. So I think I'll just do that. And I think I'll start at the top. And I'm just gonna peel part of it back, but not all the way, just so I have something to work with. And do my best to get it equidistant. Or actually what I might do is come on Wednesday, and since there's 4 days on the right-hand side, do it that way. That way I'm not taking up more than 1 box on the left-hand side, and I'm taking up more than 2 boxes on this side since I have 4 boxes. Because on the weekend, I don't usually have much going on, other than like running errands and different things like, meeting up with friends, that kind of thing. But usually I don't need to write a huge amount on the weekend is the point I'm making. I usually can get away with just 1 box on the weekend unless something crazy is happening or I have an event or something like that to go to. So I'm going to line this up actually on the top and the left. And it's not quite lined up. Let's see if I can pull this up. Actually, I think what I might do, I think I need to tape down the sides too, because I need a little bit more leverage. So I'm going to realign this and then put this down like that. Again, because I can use as much of this as I want because I don't really care about it. You know what I mean? It's not like it's my favorite washi. So the hardest part is getting it lined up with the edge you want it. So I'm trying to do that part first, and then hopefully everything else will line up. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just close enough so it looks like it's intentional. Okay, and some of the pops of color went past the edge, so I think I might take my craft knife and kind of cut that off once I get this down. So now I'm going to come in with my We Are Memory Keepers craft spatula. This is a little bit thicker than my scrapbook.com one. So let me show you both for comparison. This is like thinner and a little bit sharper. This has more rounded edges and it's heftier. I tend to prefer this one. Okay, and I'm just going to slowly peel this up as I'm pushing this down, again, to kind of prevent air bubbles. And actually, I think I might add another piece of washi down here, again, just to kind of keep everything from moving on me, because this is trying to come apart. So I'm going to tape maybe this edge over here in this corner. Again, just to kind of keep it down a little bit better. There we go. All right, let's try this again. And I'm also using my thumb to kind of hold down the middle, again, just give me a little bit more leverage until I can peel this down. And that sound is because of the pops of color. So that's why I'm not actually scraping it, but I know it sounds like I am. But that's because of the texture from the pops of color. Okay, I shifted slightly over here, but all in all, I mean, not too shabby. You know what I mean? Like, that's about as good as it gets. Let's peel this up very gently. It's low tack, but it is still tape. Okay. Now, I think what I'll do is cut it with my scissors from the bottom and then take my craft knife and go down the middle. Or since I have a minor gap, I might can use my scissors down the middle. So I only lost like 1/8 of an inch. So that's not bad in terms of using the bulk of the design. So I'm happy about that. Let's see. Let's see if I can use my scissors. I might be able to. And just clean up this edge here because, again, there's a tiny little gap, which is why it went off, slightly off center. But again, not enough to be angry about. So we are going to be happy about getting it as close as we did. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. So I just need to punch all of this. So let me get my punch. And let's see. That tore slightly, but I think it'll be okay. So let me use that. I only have one punch that's free, but so I'm gonna use that one to kind of line everything up and then punch it all the way down. All right, so we have that punched out. Again, that tore a little bit. I might have to reinforce that with some tape, but we'll see how it does. Okay, and I can save this. Again, I kind of use this as like low tack tape that I used to get from scrapbook.com. That's super expensive, but it kind of works the same way. So I'll just kind of put this on the edge of one of my acrylic organizers so I can use it later for something else. And let's clean up this edge over here. Get my ruler. Again, this is just from the pops of color. If I noticed it before I put it down, I would have cut it off. But hopefully this will come up. There we go. All right, that worked out. That's beautiful. Ooh, I'm loving that. That looks good. Okay. Let's see. I think what I want to do, maybe deal with the sidebar first. So maybe add in this purple glitter box from my grocery box. And I got to make sure I add some purple somewhere else so that this makes sense. So I think I'm going to line it up with the top edge of this. Sometimes I go past it, but I think I'm just going to line it up there. Now, since we have so much glitter, maybe I'll use the gold. I feel like that might make more sense. Or do I want to go more neutral with the green? I mean, I could use one of these and then maybe the teal. Well, since it's St. Patrick's Day, maybe I'll lean more teal. So I thought I was going to go with the gold, but I kind of like that better. So I think I'll go ahead and commit to that. I think I can make that work. Again, I've used pretty much all these colors in the stickers I created, so I think we'll be okay. Just try to peel up the sticker. And I don't think I need to white this out, so I think I'll just put this directly down and kind of make it equidistant underneath that box there, like that. And this is a sticker I peeled up from something else, but again, I can still use it. So I'm actually going to run this through my Xyron and turn it back into a sticker since the back of it peeled up and I lost the stickiness. But again, we don't waste stickers around here, so I could either use a glue stick, but since I have this, let's make life easier for myself. I'm just burnishing the top of it and then peel off the top layer. And then put this down. And I'll find something to kind of cover up that edge over there. Okay, that's looking good. All right, now let's see. Actually, let me look at my calendar real quick. I think I only have an appointment on Monday and Wednesday. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I just have appointments on Monday and Wednesday, and then I just need task boxes throughout. Let's see. Wait, did I pull boxes? I don't think I pulled boxes. I got a little carried away with stickers. Okay, I only pulled these boxes. Hold on. Let's figure out what we want to use. Hold on, let me grab my boxes. That's a first. I always pull boxes, but forgot this time. Let's see. We have some leftover boxes. Let's see if I can try to make some of these work. I'm trying to use up some of these extra boxes I have left over. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I have like these random boxes left over from different things. Can I use them? I don't know if I can, but can we try? Ooh. Ooh, holographic gold. That's left over. Oh, and I also have these. These are like pink holographic, but it does lean a little bit silver, even though when you turn it, you see the different colors. It's a little bit silvery, so maybe I shouldn't kind of want to, but let's see. Do I have any more than that, though? I need more than that. So I got silver, holographic silver, black, silver, gold. Ooh, I've got a full set of holographic. I might use that, you guys. I think I've used up all my green foil. Yep, I did. Okay. Got some leftover black boxes. Oh, I think this might be the last sheet I have from Martina Sticker Company. I might pull that. And then I have a piece of box of this red, but I don't think that goes with anything. Let's see, blue. Again, I'm trying to use up these boxes that aren't quite a complete set yet first. And then if I have to pull something else, I will. But let's see if we can make some of these work. I think we can. So I think I'm going to use this last since I can save this for this. I kind of want to use that, but I'm going to try to be good and use these first. If I can. Can I use this peach color? I don't know. I mean, I think the orange is okay, but I am not loving this. I mean, maybe the yellow. I think I can make that work. Yellow and maybe the orange. I mean, it's okay, but I don't know. I might can make that work, but let's put that to the side. I think this one works the best out of all of these. And I have the 2 box stickers, small box stickers I need for appointments. Yeah, I think the yellow works. Okay, let's try to make this work. I think I can use up all of this for sure. So let's put down the stickers I know I need. which are for my appointments, on Monday and Wednesday. Okay. So I think I'll do a box here. Or maybe I'll put it in the middle so it's not quite as bumpy, since I have some texture there. And then a box here. Okay, so I have these ones left. And I think this might be my very first time I used my Brother Scan and Cut, and I didn't know what I was doing in terms of settings, so these cut a little bit wonky. So I'm just going to trim them up a little bit. Okay, so maybe put this longer box here, again, to kind of cover up that seam on that edge that didn't go all the way to the bottom. Kind of disguise that a little bit. And then let's put a long box on the right-hand side as well. So maybe right here on this side. This cut a little bit weird, so I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. And I think I might do it like this. And we'll white out that line since it's going right through the box. And I'm just kind of smoothing it down with my finger. There we go. Let me get my bone folder, kind of make it even more smooth. And see if I can lift up the edge of this weekend box, since it's going underneath it slightly. I want this to be on top. And I'm glad it let me lift it, because I forgot that was, I put that in my Xyron maker. Usually you cannot lift stickers you put in my Xyron, because the adhesive in this stuff is crazy strong. So I forgot I did that. If I remembered, I would not have tried, but thankfully that worked out. Whew, that was a little dicey. Okay, so I definitely think we can use all of these. So let's go ahead and peel these up. And get this one. And that's all the yellow. And then we'll start adding in some of the fairies. So let's maybe do this in the middle here. Or maybe I should do Monday. See, actually, I think I'm gonna put this on Monday. The top over here. Stack it on top of that box. And then maybe put this over here. I don't want to recover that butterfly, but maybe right underneath the path here on Thursday. I'll probably use this as a Friday box, so I think I'll add this one to Sunday, even though I'll probably use it on Saturday. Okay. I think I might come in and add in a few other stickers, but let's put down some of the fairies first. I might add in some of this orange. That way I can use up these three. Maybe I should do that first. And these have a little bit of an offset on them, so I'm just going to cut that off. Okay. I think I might do it like this. And then white out this line, going through the middle. And I'm just going to get my craft knife and just scrape off the excess white out. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and now let's add these other two over here. So definitely something maybe up there. Make a little cluster over there, and then maybe put a smaller one down there. Okay. So I'm going to put this up against, or maybe down here, kind of get rid of that awkward gap. Kind of want to do this, but I don't want to cover up that tree. So I think I'd rather, maybe I should do it like this. That way it gets rid of that rounded edge there. Yeah, I think I might do that. And then just white out this line behind it. I mean, I don't love that it's like that, but let's see if I can live with it. And let's put this down here. I might try to move this if it lets me. I'm not liking the fact that that's right by that. Ooh, yes. Okay. So maybe we cluster this one, kind of like I did this one, but in reverse. So put this one underneath. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Bit my page slightly, but I think we'll make that work. All right, now we got tons of function, and I think that looks pretty good in terms of color. So now let's go in with the fairies, and ooh, wait a second. I just realized I didn't add in, let's get my OG sticker book that has fallen apart. Before I get carried away, I need to find at least one sticker I can make work in here. And I don't think I need this anymore, so I can put this up. Oh my gosh. I hope I can find something. Let's see, something green or... I mean, I could use this little checklist square box, but I wish I had another one so it's not just a standalone. Oh, I could cut that down, but then it's introducing pink, which I don't really want to do. Wish I had two of these. Let's see. Although this is in a super busy week, so I don't really need any more boxes. I think I have plenty of function, to be honest. Got a green note to self. I might come back for that if I can't find anything else. Maybe I'll take that out. I've used up most of these green ones. All I have is just these little sparkles, like stars. Again, I might can use that. Ooh, I wish I had another one of these. It says later, but I've used up all the other ones. Let's see, do I have anything else? Maybe like some other headers, maybe. Oh, I might can use this. And that'll bring in a little bit more of that teal. Although I think when I add the fairies, I think that might take care of that. I don't really want to use pink or red. Green reminder, note to self, maybe. We got 2 sheets of those. Okay, that might work. Okay. Ooh, I had these checklist stickers. But again, I don't think I need any more function. I think that might be overkill. Ooh, maybe some of these. I got teal and green. Okay, we've got teal and green. Since we have that teal box here, maybe put a teal over here. Let's see. Maybe in the middle. Get my tweezers so I can center this a little bit more easily. Like that. And maybe put this green one and this one down here. Yep, I think that works. And we use 2 stickers. Okay, we are making progress. All right, so we met that challenge. Whew, that was close. I almost forgot. Okay, now I need to add, actually I want to also add, before I forget, something to mark St. Patrick's Day for sure, because that's a huge holiday in my family, especially since we're Irish. And I think I have a Hello Spring, yes. And I can add a spring sticker. I think that's on the 20th. Yeah. So, and I created 2. I might cover up part of this, even though it's covering up part of the tree. Or maybe I'll put it here. Okay, let me see if I have... I'm gonna grab my functional sticker binder and look in the holiday section for St. Patrick's Day. And yeah, have that here. And then I do have a first day spring sticker, but I kind of like this one better. So I think I might use that larger one unless it doesn't fit. And then I might come back for that smaller sticker. So let's see. Do I just want to add this here in the middle? Kind of wish I had a box sticker to put it in, but I don't have any more orange. Dare I use this peach? Gosh, I don't like that. Yeah, I'm not liking it. Wish I had a green box or a teal box. Let's see. What do I have in here? Let's check this out again. See if there's anything else I can use. We got this ivory box sticker. Maybe I just put it down. I think I'm gonna trim it down because I don't think I have anything else that's like single sticker. Got black. Oh, wait, I've got this. Oh, that can work. I wish I had another one so I can add something over there. Or do I just leave it alone and just accept the fact that it's solitary? Oh, I have this too. That works. And I have two of those. Might use that. That way I feel like it's a little bit more intentional. Oh, I just found another yellow box sticker. Try to use that up if I can. May not need it, so I might have to save it, but okay, that's all I can use out of that. Okay, let me put these back that fell out. Okay, do I want to use this one or... I feel like that goes a little bit better. And I think this is on sticker paper. And I think these are like leftover scraps from Happy Planner sticker book. And I just used the back to make another sticker. So I'm just going to cut it down so it will fit because it was a little bit larger than the box. And then put it in the middle there. And peel off the backer. And then put that right here. And again, it kind of pulls in some of that color. And again, I'm going to add this box to this side. So maybe I'll add that here. All right. Actually, so it's not too close to that. I mean, that really fits beautifully, but... Or maybe I'll do it like this. So it kind of mirrors that, but it's not identical. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, I like that. And that way, again, kind of pulls, again, some of more teal on this side since I have the habit tracker, and then we have that, and that kind of balances this out and that out a little bit more. Okay, now let's see if we can fit that spring sticker. Let's see. I think I'm going to use this one. So again, I either have to cover up that tree, part of the tree, or bring it down here. Ooh, actually that might work. Let me get my smaller scissors and I think I might fussy cut this. Because I added a small offset, but so I can layer it on top of the design without losing too much of this. Okay, since this mushroom is kind of cut off here, I think I'm gonna put it down here. And that way I know it's the 20th. You know what I mean? So that it's maybe on this line here, like that. And do I want to move that box over? I think I might reposition this, which is why I haven't put it all the way down if it lets me. Ooh, and surprisingly, it's letting me. Okay. Just so I'm not going completely into that. Maybe I'll recluster it over here. Bring it over slightly. Like that. It's a little bit close. Okay. I brought it over to the left. Now I need to bring it down slightly. Actually, let me turn it this way. It might be easier to see this angle a little bit more. About right there, maybe. And then just straighten it up. I'm going to tilt it to the left a little bit and then white this out. That way it's only going to the box slightly, and I still can use it either for Thursday or Friday or even on a weekend if a lot happens. Okay. Now I kind of want to bring this down so that it's not so close to that other yellow box. Create a little bit more space like I did on that side. And just to kind of make it a little bit more equidistant. And just straighten it up like that. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I like that. Okay, that works. Okay, we got tons of function. I definitely don't think we need any more. I mean, I've got this other box and I hate not to use it, but I really don't think I need it. I mean, I think what I will do is kind of save it in case, again, something crazy happens and I need to add something over here or, you know, on the weekend, something like that. I can always turn this into like a square box, something like that. There have been times where I've had like 3 client meetings come up that were not scheduled. So, I mean, crazy things do happen, but hopefully that doesn't happen this week. But if it does, again, I'll keep this extra box out since I just have one little solo box. So we'll kind of keep that in mind. All right, so I was able to get St. Patrick's Day down and my spring sticker down, which I love. So now let's add in tons of fairies. I want lots and lots of fairies. Okay, I definitely want to use this one somewhere. Maybe have her over here on the weekend. And again, I'm going to cut off. I don't have much of an offset on her, but because I do have some, I'm going to cut off as much as I can just so I can layer it on top of that weekend sticker. And I think this will go perfectly on the edge over here. If I can get the angle right. I'm going to add as much of the sticker as I can. Okay, I do have to bring her over a little bit. Okay, so I have to lose a little bit of this decoration on the side again, so I don't lose her face, because I don't want to lose her face. Bring it down like that and just have her over the weekend box. And then cut off the excess. Ooh, that's cute. Okay, I like that. Like her. Okay, let's maybe add in, let's see. I really like her and her. Got so many options. Let's look at all the options I have, because I have so many. I want to use her, but she's kind of big. Ooh, I definitely want to use her because she's like a little mushroom fairy. I think that's really cute. So maybe I'll have her kind of peeking out over here on this side. Like that. And I'm going to cut off this actual offset, which is why I didn't push that down all the way. I'm going to use the edge of this yellow box to kind of find the edge and then gently glide my knife down. There we go. Oh, she's cute. And then it looks like the scene is kind of continuing from over here, which is, I really like that. So maybe I'll add a little bit of like grass down here because I did create some just like grass scenes. So maybe I'll focus on like some of the little mushroom houses. So I'm gonna cut this flush so I can bring this all the way down here. And I'm gonna see if I can lift up the corner of this box so I can put it on top. Yes, okay. Just kind of tuck that underneath and then put that on top. And then cut off this tiny little bit that goes over. Okay. And she's kind of sitting in like a bed of mushrooms too. So let's maybe add her. Maybe on top of the weekend. here. And again, I'm going to see if I can lift up the edge of this box so I can put it on top. And tuck that underneath. There we go. Since it's just a small amount that goes over. Ooh, I'm liking it. Okay, I might just stick to like the ones with little mushrooms and then have a few fairies flying throughout. I like this one reading a book. Oh, she's sitting on a mushroom reading a book. So let's add her. That's perfect. I'll put her on top of the St. Patrick's Day and maybe cut off some of the offset around her wing. So it looks like she's reading on a piece of grass on top of this box. And then put that yellow box on top of that. That way she layers underneath there. Ooh, that's cute. Okay, do I have any more in mushrooms? Ooh, she's in a mushroom too. I think I did it accidentally. I don't think I did so many on purpose. Oh, she would be cute. Right here. Again, I'm going to cut off some of the offset. And I think she might have to go into this box a little bit. But again, I have so much function, I think it's okay. Because I have quite a bit of function this week. And I'm going to see if I can lift up the edge of this box and tuck her underneath. Mainly the offset, but just so I can put that in that space there. Oh, perfect. Okay. That looks good. She's in a mushroom, but I might add her over here. She's a little big, though. Or maybe I'll cover up March and add her at the top. So I might save her over there. Let me see if I have any more. And then I want to add in some florals. Let's see, do I have any more? Well, I have tons of mushrooms that I created. So I might just add in some additional mushrooms and then a few fairies flying throughout. Like her, I think I can add her like on the edge over here. And just trim off some of the offset around her so that she's not taking up quite as much room. Or maybe I have her in between Saturday and Sunday. Work her down as far as I can. Oh, she almost completely fits. I'm just going to have to cut a little bit of her wings off at the top, but I think I'll still be able to tell she's a fairy. Hopefully. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, I'm just getting my bone folder and smooth her down. Ooh, she's so cute. Ooh, I like that. Okay, now let's maybe see if I can add another fairy over at the top or on this side. I've got stickers everywhere, you guys. Let's see. Yeah, I think I might cover up March. Because we already know it's March. You know what I mean? I kind of want to. Trying to see if I have another fairy that's small enough. And I also want to add in some of this purple somewhere. So maybe I'll add in this purple fairy house. Again, just to kind of pull in some of that color. Ideally, I would like to have it over here, but maybe I cover up the tree. I didn't really want to, but I think I might need to. I'm going to trim off some of the offset and see what it looks like. And let's see. Line it up like this. That way it's only covering up part of the tree. And I might need to move that box over into Sunday a little bit. So that it's not... So this fairy house isn't going into it quite as much. Okay. Do that. And then maybe put this back on top. Ooh, and thankfully I missed most of her. So I'm just going to scrape off some of the excess white out since I lifted the box. There we go, the excess sticker paper. Okay, so that's what that's looking like. I think the right side might be done. Maybe a little bit of something here, but maybe just like a floral or something like that. So I might cut off like a mushroom. Ooh, maybe this. Again, kind of like I did over on this side, like she's kind of part of the mushroom scene. Maybe make this like part over here. and have it just peek out from underneath the page. Okay. Again, kind of make it look like it's continuing from this scene. Let's see if I can lift up this Hello Spring sticker. And I'm going to try to tuck it underneath. Maybe right here. And then, let's see, lift up this orange sticker. Tuck that underneath, put that on top. And do I want to leave this on top? I think I do. Okay. Again, so it looks like it's continued, even though it's not. Okay, I like that. That fills in that area. So maybe I might cut off some of these like little tiny florals in some of these just to kind of add in over here. I think I'm going to do the same thing over here. Kind of make it look like some of this is continuing. So maybe like some grass or something. Ooh, here's another mushroom. So maybe put this down here. And again, kind of make it look like it's a continuation of the scene. So cut off as much of the offset as I can. And then put this down here. And this, I think I'm going to leave on top of the box. Again, so it looks like it's a continuation. And I think what I might do is cut a straight line down here. Or maybe slightly past the line of this so that, again, it looks like it's a continuation. Yeah, like that. So that the white offset is a little bit less noticeable. Okay, that's looking pretty good. All right, let's see what else we want. Yeah, I still think I need something here and maybe a little bit of grass down here. Ooh, I have this. It's like little wildflowers. See what that looks like. The bottom here. And I might raise this habit tracker sticker if I can. Or maybe just put it on top. Yeah, just put it on top. Easier. Don't make life complicated if you don't have to. Okay, so that takes care of that little space there. Let's see. Any other little loose grass I have? I still want like another fairy like flying maybe in between. I'm trying to see if I have any smaller ones. Oh, she might be small enough. Wish she was pointing the other way, though. That's the only problem. Yeah, she's kind of pointed the wrong direction. I mean, I could... Let's see. I wonder if she could fit over here if I trim her down. Let's see how big she is when I trim this down. She's a little bit too wide. Well, actually, I could put her right here. Might fill in this little gap here. Again, looks like the scene is kind of continuing. And I think I'm going to try to lift up the corner of this box like I did over here. Again, so it gives it the illusion that it's continuing even though it's not. And can I lift up this yellow corner? Ooh, I think I can. It's trying to stick to itself, but there we go. Ooh, that looks good. I like that. Okay, again, something over here. So maybe a fairy here and maybe a fairy up here. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm going to cover that up. I have this fairy. She's on like a little swing. I might have her kind of dangling down into the box. That might be kind of cute. Ooh, that is cute. Love her there. Okay, that looks great. I love that. Okay. And like I said, I often cover up the month, especially if it's not the first week of the month, because I already know what month it is. You know what I mean? This is the third week of March, so we already know we're in March. Something here. Something, something, something. Ooh, I have her. But she's a little big. But maybe if I trim her down. Or actually, if she doesn't work, I think what I might do is use like some of the wildflowers and some of the scenes that I created of the nature. I think that might work because a lot of those are smaller. I might can use her here. And hopefully the hole goes through right here. I think it's going to go through her waist, which I think is okay. Because at least then it's not going through, you know, like her face or something like that. If it looks weird, I can always peel her up. Okay, let me get my planner punch. And it's the top hole. Okay, it still preserved her arms and her face. Okay, so I think that works. Yeah, I think that's done over there. I kind of wish some of her wing was on top. I might cut out her wing and place this on top. That way it gives the illusion of being layered, even though it's not. Peel away the excess offset, and then see if I can lift the part of the wing that I... Okay, I ripped part of the paper, so I think what I might do is just glue that back on top. Again, just to give it a little bit more dimension. And take my bone folder and... Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I didn't like how all of her wing was hidden. So her bottom wing on the left side is still hidden, but at least we see part of it, so it just looks like the box is hiding the other part, as opposed to all of it. You know what I mean? I feel like I can tell that she's a fairy now a little bit more. Okay, that looks better, like that. Okay, I think I'm gonna put up these box stickers because I don't need them. That way they can kind of get out of my way here. Clean up some of my space. Okay. Still kind of want something over here and something over there. So again, I think I might go with like some greenery and maybe like some greenery here too. Or even cut off some greenery and put it there, you know what I mean? Like I have these books and florals. Especially since she's reading, I feel like I could get away with that. Let me trim down this offset again so I can kind of squeeze it into that space a little bit more easily. So let's add the stack of books here in between Monday and Tuesday. Ooh, that fits. Whew. Okay. And maybe another mushroom house on this side over here. Or maybe bring it over here. And that way it's only covering up that tiny little corner of that box. That way this is still pretty functional. And I think I might cut away a little bit of grass and add some on top of this box. Again, just kind of fill in that little edge there. That worked. Okay, love that. Okay, so we have that scene there. So I kind of want to continue it down here too. So maybe I'll kind of do the same thing. Find something else. Like this piece. And cut off the bottom offset so I can, again, layer it on top of the other stickers. Okay, so let's bring this over here. And I'm lowering it slightly so, again, I can layer it. All right, I think I'm using my gyro cut on this one and get my mat so I can, again, kind of mimic the curve of this and follow along. And then cut off the excess on the bottom. And I'm going to turn it upside down since it's rocks. And then put this over here again since I can. And it's small and it doesn't cover up anything. And I'm just going to slide it over so it doesn't go past her feet. So it's not covering up her feet, rather. Like that. And just cut off the little tiny sliver that goes past the page. Ooh, loving that. Okay, kind of want to do the same thing over here. To have that scrap, just use that up. And maybe just find a little bit of greenery over here. Again, just kind of give the illusion that the scene is continuing, even though it actually isn't. I think what I might do is cut some of the grass off of this one because she has quite a bit of grass on her. Again, so it looks like it's all one continual thing, and then put that back on top. That way it just kind of tricks your eye into thinking the scene is actually spilling out over here, even though technically it's not. Okay, I think that looks really cute. The only other thing I might do is, I wish I had some tiny butterflies. I don't know if I have really small ones. Let's see. Well, I have some over here, so I might cut some of these off. Again, just kind of fill in this gap over here at the top. And let's see. Ooh, I have some over here. Let me cut off these ones that's on this mushroom sticker. So let's add maybe this pink one over here. By the 18, and this yellow one, maybe right here. Okay. And let's see, do I have any more? Maybe one more. Ooh, this one has two, so again, I'm trying to take away from ones that I feel like it will still be cute if I take something off of it. So this one's like this. So actually, let's maybe put this one right there. So again, it fills in that gap. And I think that might be it. I might just add maybe one little tiny mushroom over there and cut one off of this. Again, because since this has more than one, I feel I can get away with it. And just cut the bottom flush. Maybe put it by Tuesday, so it looks like it's sprouting out of Tuesday. That might be kind of cute. All right, I think we might be done. All right, you guys, let's clean up, and then we'll take a look and see where we are. All right, guys, I totally forgot about adding quotes. I don't know if I will. I'm not entirely sure I need one. I mean, I could add something small here and maybe here, so I thought I would look just because I have it. But again, only if I can see something really small and that kind of fits the theme. And some of these are a little sassy, so I'm not sure if it does. But let's see if we can find something. Beauty is everywhere. Oh, that's pretty. This is like rose gold. Kind of like that. See, will that fit here? Ooh, it's a little bit big. Oh, I could put it here, though. Ooh, I think I'll do that. Beauty is everywhere. And because it's clear, it fits beautifully right there. Oh, I love that. Okay, now let's see if I can find something small in that rose gold color over there, because that kind of goes well with the pops of color and stickles on the page. Let's see. Okay, that might be the only rose gold I have. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of funny. On the fairy. I mean, it's a little sassy, but I feel like it fits. It says, I woke up like this. I think that fits her perfectly. It's like she woke up as a fairy. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of funny. I think that's hilarious. And then maybe this little small one here in this little corner. This is everything. Because that fits perfectly there. And maybe something, if I can find something small there, because that has rose gold and a little bit of teal. So that brings that color in too. Okay, let's try do a little good every day and see which one fits better. Like this one could fit here. I think I might white that out though. Or do I want this here? I feel like it's a little text heavy because of this to do and this weekend, yet if I have it here, it kind of competes with that. So I might just leave it alone. I might put this back. Yeah, might not. You know what? I don't think I will. Because I have this Hello Spring here. I have the to do, the weekend, beauty is here. And these kind of act like quotes, even though they're not because of the text. So I have this to do. I woke up like this. This is everything St. Patrick's. Actually, I think that's balanced. Again, I kind of wish I had a little something here. So maybe I'll try to add like maybe another butterfly over there. Kind of fill in that space just a little bit better. And then I think we're going to be done. Let's see. Oh, there's a tiny little butterfly on this part that I already cut. Let's see if I can salvage this. Come on. There we go. Because of the pops of color, it's a little bit tough sometimes to cut through some of the texture. I'm going to put it right here so it looks like it's a butterfly on the grass. And let's see. Maybe this pink one. Again, just kind of fill in that area just a little bit more because it feels a little bit empty to me. And that way it fills in that gap. That way they're kind of flying around Sunday. And I just noticed this part of the offset is covering Sunday. Let's peel that up. If I can. If it lets me. There we go. All right, you guys, so this is what my planner spread is looking like for the third week of, almost said February. All right, you guys, so this is what my planner spread is looking like for the third week of March in honor of St. Patrick's Day and spring. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm really loving the way that this turned out, and I think the addition of the rose gold and the quotes just gave it a little extra little touch of whimsy. All right, that's it for me today, and I'll see you real soon. Bye!
That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay inspired, and thank you for watching.